Hello everybody, welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's your ghost, a Fide Gamer. And we got a bunch of side projects to do today, actually. I want to do I have been working on the heated bricks a little bit here, collecting materials, laying it out. And so I hope to get to this today, so we can start to get that going, and we could train up our hot air and get that moving along. So yeah, I figure right here is a good spot for it. Oh, a little update, couple updates here. I decided to just put the ash train or the coal dust train on TSM because we already have it on TSM. And I do believe I updated that on here. That's probably way down. Here it is. So we got the Power 2.0 Yard 1 and Coal Dust Yard 2, which is this. And I went and made... we'll go over this in a second. So this is the carbon-based fuel yard, and I have a different signal for coal, coarse coal. I'm using coarse coal as the resource, and the black signal for the trigger, because the way TSM operates is it's a resource ID and resource and then ID. So I could have another coarse coal and coarse coal, for the actual resource. I don't foresee using coarse coal in anything other than just grinding it into coal dust or using it as a fuel. At least I think there's another recipe you can make the slurry. So in that case, it would be a resource ID. Resource and ID would be the same. So that's done. Whoops, wrong key there. This one. There we go. I decided to... yeah. So here's what I did. Once I set this up, I decided I don't need any circuit network here. It was overcomplicating it, and it was a fun little idea. But what you could do in TSM is you could go full cargo and or inactivity. So what that's going to do is the train, what happens is if there's no coal dust, what I was trying to avoid there was you could have a partial slot that's not full. So that train will sit there forever and it won't move. So if you have a partial slot of coarse coal or coal dust, then the train won't leave. And that's what I was trying to avoid. But what I'm going to do, because there's such a minimal amount in here, the train will load this here. It'll load this as well as this. So once the coal dust gets in there, it locks a slot and it'll fill up to 50, or 100, I think it is. 100. And this is 50. So chances are we'll get the coarse coal out of here. And I did a priority splitter to fill the train up with the coal dust here, which I capped to 500 because we don't need a lot of coal dust for the activated carbon currently, and I can increase that later as needed. And then we, again, if we need coal dust more than coarse coal for the activated carbon stuff later, we can take this line right here, and we can make a, more of a, a yard. We could make a yard here actually, or whatever. So that's kind of what I did there. Oh, and then I had a little bug. I wasn't thinking. I found it, and I'm like, oh, I did this wrong. I have to do the 80% valve from here, not from here. And I was like, oh, crap, because as I noticed it, I'm like, wait a minute, why the coke back up over here? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, tar's backed up. I was looking at it. And the 80% valve should be from the other process, the steel, the coke for steel. And as you can see, we have quite a bit here. So we want to use this here for this. And what was happening, I think this was facing this way. Yeah. Yeah, so it was jacking things up. So I fixed that. And, oh, I was over here. I did some cursed rail over here. I'm just trying to tap into a stone patch here. So I made this rail go down here, and I most likely, well, I'm going to leave this the way it is, but I could take this rail out here and just do a curve, you know. The 90s, they're not 90s, they're like, you know, what, 45s maybe, or 33-degree angles. So the 33-degree angles, or whatever these are, they're kind of tricky to do turnaround. So I had to come out. I wanted to avoid this borax here just because. And I ended up having I went too far, and I went, oh crap, I went too far, so I had to back it up and get this T in here. Now, what this will allow me to do is I can curve around, go down this way. What I'm planning on doing, actually, is this will be, I want to tap this titanium, I think. Since the rail is here, I could put a yard here, and, you know, we can do the mining fluid for it and everything. We could pull that in. Maybe we could do something like we did with aluminium here and get the titanium mined up over here. There is a lead patch that I was going to tap, but it's not around here. I don't know where it is. Oh, here's the lead right here. So I could actually curve this down and get this lead, or I can go further down into a yard here. So just trying to plan for the next couple of resources in my head here. So the challenge here is we get the Kerrigan, and so the Kerrigan stacks to 100 and the stone stacks to 50. So what I did is you can filter the case, and so I went ahead and filter for stone and Kerrigan, and I have as you can see, 4,000 stone, but there's only 3,000 Kerrigan. But I masked it out for more Kerrigan just in case, you know, whatever. I'm only interested in a certain amount of stone, and I want to accommodate the Kerrigan, you know, so the stone doesn't back up in the event of the trains here kind of having a, you know, I could add more trains to this, and I could do an official yard. But I figured, well, let me just, you know, and another thing too about this, when I do rail, I always try to have a train length in between entrance and exits so that you don't have gridlock. So that's, and also I wanted to avoid the quartz here. Maybe I'll tap it, I don't know, we'll see. But so this is kind of like a little yard. This isn't set up yet, and these are going to be point-to-point trains. I don't think Kerrigan is used in anything but shale oil processing. Let's check that. So yeah, Kerrigan is only shale oil in a reformer. Retorter, actually, yeah. So this, I want to work on this today because I want to get this stone up and running. And this stone here is 5.4 million and dropping, and I won't be able to get, you know, as many belts out of this going forward. So I want to get that out of here, and what that'll do, the issue here is the stone. I'll have to, you know, think about how I'm going to handle the stone here. But the way it's looking is I'll have a train here temporarily just to keep this base up and running until we can actually peel more stuff out of here, you know. So we'll have to have the stone for this. Stone brick stuff. Oh, I can outpost the stone bricks. Yeah. That will be something we could do probably right now. I mean, we could do it anytime. The problem is, though, I need to get the shale oil. This stuff has to come out now. And what that's going to do is outpost the gasoline and kerosene. We'll have light oil, heavy oil coming out of this thing, and we'll have all this stuff, BTX and everything. We'll have another Hydra like this one here. Pretty much it'll be like this, I think, you know, because we'll have the retorters and reformers and all that good stuff. We'll have the BTX in tanks. We'll have the distillates we'll, you know, make the BTX from, and all that good stuff. So we'll tank it all up, and we'll have it. We'll do the 80%, you know, valves to keep it from overflowing, you know, backing up the system. And we'll do we'll have to do 80%. Well, I'd rather use a pump in a circuit network wire. So, because I'd like to keep it at 90, say 98,000 in the tank and not 80. Because, you know, I don't want to waste, you know, stuff. This I'm okay with wasting, you know, this crap here. Oh, another project is the light oil. Because as soon as this fills up, with this, when this train fills up, then I don't want to waste the light oil. I want to get that aromatic spun up. So we got to work on that too. So there's a lot of little things we got to do now. And I'm okay with letting this sit for a little bit longer. I had to get a working system for this though. Oh, and the other issue, the reason why I want to do the stone now is I was thinking about the sand for the sand casting. We have creosote, you know, as a tertiary, well, you know, from the whole process there. It's like a tertiary process. We can set up another process to make sure we get only creosote from tar. In fact, we can do tar from the ground. We just need to get the mining fluid and all that. That's another project though. But, you know, in an event, in a pinch, we can do tar direct from the ground. Okay, so let's, I think that's about it. I don't think I did anything else that is of note. I had to run landfill to get the gasoline up. It's 94,000 and kerosene 73,000 times 3. And I'm running kerosene right now because the gasoline was getting hammered. BTX, well, that's interesting. Yeah, this ran. I was making trains and all this other stuff, so. All right, sulfur. Yes, something I've been meaning to do. And let's go ahead and, now the reason I need sulfur is because the recipe changed. And I can't make ammunition without sulfur. So we're going to do that here. And we need it for a lot of other things, too. Oh, you know what? We could just do this like that. Because we have the case here. That's what I like about these, is you can easily... you know what? Let's do this. Let's go straight up. And then we'll use the power pole and we'll go both ways here. We'll do that and that. Oh, we need fuel for this? Oh, okay. Aha. Well, we have a way to fuel it. We do. I'm glad I saw that. Let's get this powered up here. I have a train on me, believe it or not. I was going to put more trains on the Kerrigan, but I decided not to because when I saw the stacking on it, I was like, oh, okay. So this is sulfur pickup. I'll go ahead and put a supplier stop down here. Might as well. Now this is the easiest way to get sulfur, so I am going to do it. Okay, sulfur yard 1. And there, oh, I was looking around. Again, I don't have any tar seeps. That kind of annoys me that I don't have any. I could do a little more exploration, but, yeah, I could go out here. I got radar here, don't I? Oh, no, I don't. What? Oh, I have this radar. Oh, that could be why this isn't revealed here. Because of that little cheapy radar. Oh, it's under here. Okay, so we have... Oh, here. Does not have long-range scanning abilities. There we go. Scans nearby sectors actually actively. Okay, so what I'd like to do is set up a good radar here. Well, actually here would be probably better. Yeah, that way I can get this area revealed, you know. And, well, if I put a radar here... Wait a minute. We have a radar somewhere. Here it is right here. So that one is scanning out. So we don't really need a radar here. I don't think so. And I put a radar here for that so we could see it. It's revealed this area. Oh, there's antimony. This is the bitumen, I think. The pink one. Which I wanted to try out. Yeah. And that is another potential fuel source that we can tap into. In fact, I brought a small oil derrick with me, and I haven't seen natural gas on anywhere on the map, so that natural gas derrick thing, I'd like to be able to use one of those. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Maybe we can come off of this here, temporarily at least, and get the fuel in here so we can get the sulfur. Okay, finally. So this is an antiquated system, and I needed barrelers, which I forgot. But I got the kerosene and the gasoline in here. Now I just need to get the empties in. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. All right. I made 100 empties here. So we'll get those going. Oh, wait, what's going on here? I think this has to be weightless. Yeah. Yeah. Dyslexic. So let's make sure this thing works and we get the sulfur here. Now, I like this setup here because we could, use any barreling, but the problem is you'd need to bring the actual fuel in, so, it's kind of a pain there. Oh, I need mechanicals, so we'll fix that with these. That's what we do. Yeah, I don't mind having that. I had to grab these little guys here. I never thought I'd use those again. Okay, there we go. Let's put some more empties in here. And I want to see this thing work. It's kind of our first... Oh, cool. Look at that. Oh, look, the little sulfur. Oh, it's a little slower than the salt mine. That's fine. Oh, cool. It's got a little neat sound to it. It's got a smoke stack on there. Getting the sulfur out of the sulfur mine. There we go. Yeah, it's really slow. Wow. So you can imagine having a lot of these dotted throughout if we ever need a lot of sulfuric acid, acid gas, I think. Okay. I want to get an even balance on this. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here, and I might figure it out and not mention it ever again, and that is, for some reason, and I don't know, I'm using a constant combinator here. Oh, it's an LTN combinator. I'm using an LTN combinator here. I don't know why. I guess I just had it. But so as you can see, the output signal is depot, and I have it coded 1. Okay, and there's a train sitting here, right? They're all on, the indicator here tells you what's going on. I don't know why is that 5 there? 5, 5, 2, 2. What does the 5 stand for? Output signal. 2. Yeah, I don't understand those signals at all. I mean, they don't make any sense. I'm sure there's an explanation for it. So I sent a train. I have a fluid wagon here, by the way. I set that up. So I copied and pasted the, depot general 1, and, inactivity, all that good stuff. And that train went here, and it's waiting. As you can see, I cleaned this up. I didn't realize it's a one-way in, one-way out. I forget to do that sometimes. So it's sitting here, waiting to get into the depot. Well, this depot should be locked up. All these stops are allocated, right? So why is the train coming here? I don't understand that. This stop has an output signal, which means that there's a train here. LTN should be like, oh, there's a train there. So I don't know, maybe if anybody in the comments can tell me why that happened. And, I'm using the LTN combinator. It has an output signal of 1, to designate these LTN stops as a depot. And then I ID'd it because I might want to have another yard. So, I have other yards, on the map. So I wanted to be 1 on general purpose trains that are going to be running around. And so what I did is these are purple, meaning that, and you'll see up here, these are purple, meaning that what I did is I went into the stop, and I can't access it from here. Good. So, I forgot about I didn't realize I could change this here. So I enabled the train limit to 1 on these. And so I'm going to do this real quick here before I forget. As a failsafe, and thank God we have these because... God, that is squirrely. Okay, so that's done. And that's to prevent that from happening. I mean, I'm glad that we have that feature now. So if anybody knows, let me know in the comments about why that would happen and if there's something else I need to do. I've never had that. I mean, obviously, if you have too many trains and not enough depot slots, you have to add more. You know, well, you have to be cognizant of how many trains you're putting in LTN. Obviously, that's one of the little things you have to do. Okay, anyway, how's this thing doing? So, yeah, I'm just a little perplexed on that. Yeah, that's slow. Wow. Get some of these out of here. And then I could take this stack and just go half and half. Good, went in the right slot. What do you know? Okay. And that should be enough fuel to keep this thing going. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, the next project, what I want to do, I really need to get this shale oil away from that base, because that would just completely destroy a huge footprint. And what I want to do is I'm going to design it such that we have the same amount of stuff, and then I want to double it, you know, increase the capacity on that, because the stone has been a problem for this. So, and also too, the reason these are I don't need to do a yard because we want it. This is a byproduct. We need to get rid of it. So it's going to dump off. It's going to process that. We're going to have the venting and everything. So I'll collect the materials for that for the next project here. What I'm thinking here is I'll go over here. I'll fill this lake in, at least for the most part, and we'll do the shale oil stuff here. And the way I'm kind of thinking is I'm not going to go any higher here until we figure out how high we're going to be going with our iron, copper, and all that other stuff. So I'm going to be doing builds all the way down that are kind of like peeling miscellaneous stuff out of here, whether it be fluid handling stuff, you know, and all that. Things that are going to support other things, you know. And then I want to do all the plates here. So, you know, it's a one-stop shop to look at it. It's easier to troubleshoot stuff. And also, you know, it's kind of similar where we're using the hot air, we're using the sand casting, you know, and it's a plate output. And I want to do an LTN stop as well as a TSM yard, depending on, I'm probably just going to go 4 train, you know, keep it consistent, do 4 trains for all the plate and 1 LTN stop for little micro amounts. You know, for example, the bulbs that we did down here is LTN. So this is an LTN thing, right? So, you know what's interesting? This is an LTN stop here. We're picking these up. So TSM is bringing the stuff in, but I don't have the flexibility of bringing, you know, doing a smaller amount with LTN. And TSM is going to be the huge amount, bringing the, you know, the massive amounts of plate to a process, whereas LTN's like, oh, I just need 100 or 200, so I'll use LTN for the little bits and pieces there. Okay, I'm gonna go collect the materials, and we'll get started on that shale oil processing. And it's really kind of important because I really want to get that out of there. It's a mess, and it's just making me sad. That will help too, and then we could just bring pure stone over here through this particular area here. I'm just gonna probably do a train. I'm not too sure where yet. I'd like to clean it up so that I'd love to get the copper and stone trains over here. Maybe I'll move this. I'll have to reconfigure all this probably, because I still bring this trash train in here. Maybe I can move this down here, and I'll have to move this rail up. Oh, I got this in the way. I can move this. Yeah. All right, I'll see you in a second. We'll do another speed up video on that. Okay, got some prep work done for the shale oil stuff, the rigolites. I'll go through it here. This is kind of stuff that I think, you know, people will, you know, it saves time in the episode, but you kind of get the gist of what's going on. Is And if I explain it, maybe there's somebody who would like to have the explanation out there. So I have 2 trains, and they're both going to be point-to-point trains. Their job is, it's basically a big belt, along a rail belt, you know. So this is a holding spot for one train while the other one potentially unloads. So it comes in and it'll sit here, and then it'll unload as the other one leaves. You know, obviously you gotta have an exit path, and these are one way in, one way out, so that, you know, you don't want a 2-way in, 2-way out. You know, in this case, trains can be stupid. You know, you want to make sure you force them where you want them to go. Okay, and here is the retorter and the reformer. And I also almost forgot to make, we need an olefins plant, and we need these DDCs too. So the olefins plant, now let's take a look at these, because we've had some stuff, you know, some new things that popped. So we can make lubricant with olefins, lubricant with olefins and oleochemicals, whatever that is. We haven't had a need for that. And then here is olefins. Next up, plate, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide. And that is used in, so we have the same machine that does that. That's kind of cool. But we're after kerosene from heavy oil. And then we have the DDC here. And this does just so much crap. Everything. This thing does it all. Oh, there's our formic acid there. Lots of good stuff here. So what we're looking for is an aromatics one here. But let's take a look. Oh yeah, we got that one there. We know about this. So I wanted to look at this residual mixtures and stuff, but I don't think we're ready for it yet, because, well, look at it. It requires coke oven gas. And once we have that set up over there with the bricks, we can actually look into this, because we'll have an actual system that we can utilize. We could copy paste it, you know, and, you know, tweak it for what we need. But here's crude oil plus coke oven gas. And then this is breaking down that crude oil into all the low, medium, and high distillates, which can net us some pretty good fuel out, you know. So we definitely want to look into that. So a lot of good stuff here. Oh, what's this one here? Tar and coke oven. Oh, wow. Look at all that tar we can crack. 650 tar. Ooh, we got a lot of, you know, if we get a lot of tar, this is a good way to not, I'd rather not vent tar, you know. Maybe we could pull that tar from the, you know, all these systems and kind of bring it over to this thing as a backup system, you know, or a bleed-off system. This could be our bleed-off system right here. And we can capture that tar instead of venting it. You know, it's one of those things, you know, you build a system and you're like, oh, crap, I can pull this out of here. And now that you know that, you have to spaghettify some rail in there and all that. So that's, you know, you want to spread out, obviously. Okay, but we're after the aromatics and gasoline here. Now, check it out. We can close that loop on the gasoline now. So, or the light oil. Now, what I want to do, we'll set this up and we'll get the light oil. I'm going to go right to left, top to bottom. The pipes are going to go north-south, and then we're going to build, well, we'll build in such a way that we can expand it and also bring in that light oil train, because I'm glad I saw that. So we'll set that one there. Okay, now, oh, and this one here, we have the ability to make petroleum. So that would be nice to do. Now, we need aromatics. So we're going to train up aromatics. We're going to have that on a train. And we'll look at, there's other recipes, obviously, to make aromatics. So we have, guess what we have over in the other area there? Hydrogen. So we can make petroleum gas. Now, I'm not looking for that as a fuel, as more of a resource to make something else. Here's gasoline. And there's a bunch of recipes here, 8. Well, 5 really, because those are canister ones. Methyl isobutyl carbonyl, and then we have cobalt, chromium alloy. Ooh, that's a higher end one in there. This stuff is way out, though. Holy cow. Liquefied petroleum gas and steam. Oh. Alright. Refined syngas. 2,000 steam out of that. Holy cow. Oh, okay. That's a regen. Yep. So there's stuff, but not right now. But I thought that was kind of, you know, we have it here. Here's the anthraquinone. And we're going to need that, I think, for later. There's our shale oil. Carbon. Oh, rock coal. Bio oil to rock coal. That's kind of a nice one. So we're using this one already for the that science pack over there. The one we're using the cotton guts for. And then we've got the carbon black. There's one we're going to use. Oh, what is this called? Light oil. Oh, interesting. Condensates. Yeah, because that's the majority of what's coming out of there. Okay, cool. Okay, so this one we need steam for, and this one we need the... we need steam for that too. Okay, so that we have. Let's pull the... I'm going to pull these off for now. I'm going to leave that there, because I want to get these trains over here. So let's go ahead and bring those over. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay, now we'll paste that here, and then I'll go now. So I've got about 3,000 left in there. So, yeah, these trains are just be on the ready, you know. One of the things that I was going to do for the fuel, I was thinking about this as I was building all this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert, once I get these out of here, where are they? Here. These trains, I'm going to do LTN with these, and I'm a little leery of LTN and fluids, but I think we'll be fine as long as we have these tanks, because the 25,000 will easily fit in there. So I'm going to have LTN handle these fuels, and then that way it'll be kind of easier to deal with, and I won't be tying up all these trains. That's the beauty of LTN, is you're not tying up trains, you know, for all this stuff. Same thing with kerosene. We'll have that handled there. I switched this to BTX because my gasoline or my kerosene's going down now. Oh, I'm so sick of managing that. I want to get that over with. Okay, here we go. Is it going? That is so slow. Why are you so slow? Oh, it's, yeah, stacks to 100, so we're going to have a lot of this crap here. Oh, where's this train? Oh, that's the second one. 2,000. No path. So the way you test this is you hold control down, and you can see it doesn't have a way out. Oh, I forgot about this here. There we go. Where's the other train at? Oh, here it is. Oh, wow, that took a while. That's a long drive. I mean, I don't mind about long drives, you know, on trains. I don't really care too much about that. In fact, I find it fun. It's a challenge. Yeah, so we'll do the barreling on site for these fuels. I find it easier to keep the canisters within, you know, the build. Just like, you know, having a return belt, you know, it's just easier to have I mean, LTN can handle that kind of stuff too. But I don't know about LTN picking up based on it's something that, hey, we're full, take this out. I can set TSM for that, but the problem is I'm locking a train in on that, and it kind of annoys me. So I have to figure that out. And I have this test area. I just haven't gotten around to it. I could experiment with some, hey, I have a byproduct I need picked up because it's over. Because I'm doing that here, over here, with the trash train. And this is a dedicated train to, you know, stone, sand, and all that crap that I'm not able to handle, or I need to get out from the crushing processes and stuff. So this train can handle, I can set up 7, 8, 10 trains, and TSM can handle that very easily. And I don't mind them being dedicated because, well, you know, you got to deal with it anyway. You know, it's one of those things. So, but tying the trains up, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, let's get working on this here. And so we got to do this first. So let's move this out of the way, and we'll put it up here. Oh, wait, I'm going to move all this out of here, actually. Okay, I've had enough. All right, so yeah, I checked the timing on the episode, and with all the speed up stuff, it's getting long. This is a lot of work, man. So I did a little non-recorded stuff here, not a big deal. And maybe I'll put this in. I ran out of pipes and stuff, so I cut out. And then I'm like, well, let me just get the materials and kind of square this away. All right, so I've got, let's go over this here. So I want, like I said, I want everything to expand up. I want to be able to expand upwards here because, the stone, I don't know how much stone we're going to be chewing up, going forward. I know we're going to be using a lot of moss, with all this, these animals and stuff we're going to have to spin up. So more stone, more stone, more stone. And so this is, spread out because you're going to need it, right? And there might be something I want to pull in here or pull out of here. Okay, so right now we're backed up on the condensates. And so let's move this over a little bit. So this thing isn't really, well, we can run it. I can tank up the condensates. So I had to reroute this pipe. I had 2 gas pipes coming out. I was like, what am I doing? So we got the gasoline. It ran a little bit, not too much, because I hooked power up to this to make sure it was all working. So let's see if I can get this over here. Oh boy. Okay. I want to power this up through here. There we go. Cool. Oh, now that's disconnected there. Ah, figures. That's fine. We'll just do this. There we go. All right, so this is going to chew up the light oil. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I forgot. I have 70,000 light oil in here, and the reason for that is, well, things change as you figure things out. I went down here, and I scaled this down to 1 train. Because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this light oil. And I'm like, oh, we can process it up there. So this is just going to be, right now, for now, a point-to-point train. And this is basically aromatics and gasoline for us, which is what it's been doing. Anyway, that's what light oil's been doing. And we get light oil out of this process as well, I want to say. Or is that... yeah, we get light oil out of this here. So these tanks are basically just shock absorbers, just in case. I might speaker them, but I doubt we're going to need to, because what we're going to do... oh, and this is another reason why I got into this problem before in the starter base here. I can't stack tanks because I'm running out of room, and pipes are in the way and stuff. So each train is going to have its own little thing. We're going to have a train for this. Well, I'd like to do LTN for this stuff as well, for mining and plastics, because we're going to need the aromatics for plastics. So, yeah, it'd be nice to have this all lined up and ready to go and LTN it. That's why I haven't put any TSM stops here. This one is, not powered. Let's pull, I'm going to pull this one down here, and we'll pop it from, here, we can go right here, I guess. There we go, got it. Okay, and that's the kerosene there. Okay, cool. Okay, now, the condensates, I'm going to work on that. We'll work on that next episode. I'd rather do that on episode. And as you may know, here, right here, I got it. I pulled these over. So condensates, we get the refined natural gas, BTX, and tailings. And this one here is coal water slurry. So I was looking at this. Oh, there's another thing, oil sand. I might want to work on that too. So we're looking to get rid of the tailings here. BTX we're going to store in a tank. We're going to have a bunch of tanks. I want to store it. And then same thing with the natural gas, or refined natural gas. The tailings, on the other hand, we'll take a look at those real quick. And we can get something out of that. I'll click on that. Oh, yeah, coal water slurry. And there's a lot of stuff for tailings. Look, it's 52 things. tailings to get the raw nexolite. Remember we were doing that in the beginning, way back. Tailings gives us tailings dust. There you go. And then we get the acid gas. So I'd like to capture this so we can do some stuff with it. And this, the processing of the condensates is going to give us this. All right, there's the barreling. Iron oxide and tailings, iron slime. And we need tailings for that. And this is how we can get rid of our iron oxide. Once we get that set up, I'll switch it over and we'll pull the iron oxide into our iron build. And that's one of the things we got to remember to do. And then we have nothing else that we can do after that. Okay, here. Oh, a centrifuge. Yeah, so we got to do a centrifuge. That'll spin out the cold water slurry. And then we take that coal, I keep saying cold water slurry. And then we get more aromatics and benzene. And we have, what do we have over here? Aromatics, so we can, put it in here. And then the benzene we can use for, I think, fuel. Oh, there's nothing we can do for benzene right now, but we can, it's obviously a recipe for stuff, so it'd be good to stockpile that for later. And then the gas. So the refined natural gas, we can only canister it and all that, but then we get purified natural gas out of that, syngas and flue gas with chromium, and then we're going to need it for later on to make the higher end flowers and stuff. That'd be crazy. So we'll store it, for now, and once it's incorporated in this build, then we have it. Even if we rip this out, we have it, So that's what I'm looking to do. 53,000. What do you get? Oh, man, look at that go. Processing that stuff. So we're getting aromatics and gasoline out of this. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so next episode we'll work on closing this up here. And then I'll have to figure out, I'm gonna get more, let's see here. Yeah, we just got to tighten, we got to get the condensates taken care of. And then this whole system will be up and running. And then I'd like to see about ripping this crap out of here. Getting this out of here, getting this, getting all this. We can bring this up north, actually. We can do that. I can bring it up north. And then I want to get more, at least another couple more fluid trains. Throw that in the LTN network. And I want to test it out. So what I'm going to have a little test area where I'm going to bring a train. I'll have LTN trains in the yard, and I'll have a train that's just going to empty it and then have it bring it somewhere, for example, or bring it back, and then it'll fill it up, and then LTN will go, oh, that's empty, go get more, and kind of, I want to make sure it works, and everything. Because like I said, this is the first time I've ever used LTN, and I'm really wanting to learn it better. And I've never done fluid handling with it. So, oh, God, we want to get this out of here, too. Oh, and a future thing that I want to do, once we get this squared away, I was looking at this, the oil sand, because I went by it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what do we do with oil sand? Well, we crush it, and we get stone. And then we get this crushed oil sand, pressurized air, and oil sand slurry. We need that. What's weird about this is it's more crushed oil, sand, steam, and water to get the slurry. Okay, so we add sand to the slurry that has sand plus pressurized air. But we get this bitumen froth and tailings out of this. Okay, so obviously this is what we're looking at. And then we get bitumen, and more tailings. The bitumen is a fuel. Okay, 1 megajoule. That's not too shabby. Now, it's 250. That's a pretty good amount. Oh, and we naphtha. Oh, I forgot about that. So naphtha is the high distillates and the gasoline together. But there is some other stuff here. Oh, raw gas. And we don't see raw gas. I think I don't have those vents. Okay, and those are barrels. Now we have gasoline, So here we are. We're relying on gasoline to get this stuff. Oh, it drives me nuts. But the high distillates, we'll have to look at this chain again. Let's see here. Naphtha. What was the other one? Naphtha. Yeah. But I was kind of looking at that as maybe the bitumen as a fuel, but now here we are at gasoline again. Ooh, look at this. Now we can get we can do this process here. High distillates. Gasoline again. Oh, now we're getting back to the crude oil. See, yeah, this is another rabbit hole for another day. But I'm gonna try to figure that one out. I'll spam some machines down because we need fuel obviously for glassworks and stuff, and the smelters. So I'm trying to. That's in the back of my mind. I just wanted to kind of present that. Trying to get something where we can just plop it down and get fuel, But as you can see, it gets more involved. And, here we are. Now, if we don't consume the gasoline in our glassworks and other things, and we send it over to that, then that's a little more consistent because 25 to 250 at 1 megajoule of fuel is a lot better use for our gasoline. Instead of consuming this direct at 1.2, and we're only getting 25 a craft out of this, whereas we're getting 250 a craft out of that one. I think this are the same 25. So we're multiplying it. All right, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.